This is Finn's News Network, where you get facts, not nonsense. Breaking news is Boris Johnson is in the hospital. Now, I think that was kind of assuming that he had a lot of major symptoms. He's been in the hospital he's had symptoms for 2 weeks. He's the Prime Minister of England, and he's also, I'm not trying to turn this into a joke, but he's also on the fatter side with health issues. So, I mean, and his hair is crazy. So those four things, probably led him to going into the hospital. Coronavirus. There's no writing today for some reason because I had to put up 3 graphs. So the new deaths reported by day. So the reason you're seeing a big down, of course, a lot of states don't report cases on Sunday. So, like my home state of Connecticut. So what I'm saying is that, yes, that was not the U.S. peak. I think the U.S. peak will come. It's a major Finn's News Network projection in between 2 and 5 weeks, which means it could even come next week if we're lucky, and I'm praying that it will come next week or soon. But yes, and then the deaths also down. The states by reported, so the per 100,000 people. You know why California is down? It's the biggest state, so it is less than 1 death per 100,000 people. New York is 21, so yeah. The markets, they were down Friday and they were slightly down for last week. We opened up the week well and then kind of dropped. We got a bit of a rebound, but was not enough. And then the futures are up a lot, which is good. So hopefully we'll see 1,000 up for the Dow. So the NBA 2K Players Tournament was something that just caught my eye this weekend, and since I play 2K, I was like, why don't I watch it? And it's actually really cool. It's on ESPN 2. It'll be 7:30 for any of the people that are my age, like playing that game. They're watching this. I think that's going to be really fun. There's some great trash talk. It's actually something you can learn to use against your friends. I learned a few lines. And then, so, yeah, the quarterfinal matchups, Trae Young versus DeAndre, and Patrick Beverly was the best trash talker in the game against Andre Drummond, who basically beat DeMarcus Cousins yesterday by 52 points, and Cousins lost by 23 in the 4th quarter alone. Derrick Jones Jr. versus Montrezl Harrell, who I don't know who he is, and Rui Hachimura versus Devin Booker. So if it had happened, Trump versus Buttigieg. Now there are a lot of things they could have loved. The reason that Nevada is leaning red is because Nevada is a very, I'm not sure how I put this, non-white state, I'll say, which is why it's leaning, as well as why Arizona is likely, because as we know from the primaries, Buttigieg just not handled it very well. But Indiana was a bit of a surprise to me, but it's Buttigieg's home state. Pennsylvania was a tough one. Then I looked up the race difference and how liberal it was. Pennsylvania is 37% liberal and 32% moderate, which gives Buttigieg an edge because I think a lot of liberal Democrats will vote for him, not in the primaries, but like in the election. And then Pennsylvania was also 84% white. So even though these are both people who champion with white, I've got to give Buttigieg Pennsylvania and the election. So today in history, U.S. entered World War I. World War I Marines with the gas masks circa 1918, and they were in France. And I don't know who added that last line. So today in history, the first Winter Olympics in 1896. So here's a funny fact I learned from my Alexa this morning when I woke up. They got nothing for first, second, and third. Nobody basically got anything. So I'm not sure how fun that was. This has been another presentation of Finn's News Network, where you get facts, not nonsense.